life is never an easy path. Every day presents us with new challenges, sometimes unexpected events, sometimes endless struggles within ourselves. There are moments when we feel powerless, thinking, how will I ever rise under this burden? It seems as if life places obstacles at every step just to test us. But the real question is, how can we remain strong in the face of these storms? How can we live calmly and in control without becoming a prisoner of our emotions? Here, one of the ancient Stoic philosophers, Seneca, comes to our aid. His wise words have transcended centuries and still guide us today. Seneca teaches us that true strength lies not in our muscles, but primarily in our ability to control our mind. Changing the external world is difficult, but by transforming our inner world, our thoughts, reactions, and perspectives, we can experience life in an entirely different way. In this video, we will explore the secrets of mental resilience through 6 Stoic lessons from Seneca. If you want to learn how to stay calm in life's storms, remain strong, and master your own mind, I encourage you to watch until the end. But before you start, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Like and share the video, and activate the notification bell so you're the first to know when new content is released. The first lesson Seneca offers us is about fear. Fear is a natural emotion present in everyone's life. Since the beginning of humanity, we have lived alongside fear. In early times, it was necessary to protect ourselves from wild animals, and later, it became a signal alerting us to life's various challenges. But Seneca said that most people suffer not from real dangers, but from imaginary ones created by their own minds. What does this mean? It's simple. We often worry about events that haven't even happened. For example, I might make a mistake at work tomorrow, fail an exam, have a relationship fall apart, or face failure in the future. Nothing has happened yet, but we already construct these scenarios in our minds and begin to suffer within them. Seneca warns us, most of the suffering of men exists only in their imaginations. In truth, it is not life's events that weaken us, but the fears we inflate in our minds. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. How many times have you worried for months over something that never even happened? Perhaps it never happened at all, yet you have lost your energy, your sleep, even your health over it. The Stoic approach is simple. Observe your fear, but don't allow it to rule your life. This doesn't mean suppressing or denying it. See it, accept it, but don't become its prisoner. How can this be done? There are a few steps. 1. Name your fear. Identify the exact source of your anxiety. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Often, once a fear is named, it loses its power because it is no longer a monster hiding in the dark, but a simple feeling in plain view. 2. Imagine the worst-case scenario. Seneca said that one way to combat fear is to consider its worst possible outcome. Even if it happens, you will survive and life will go on. Most of the time, the worst-case scenario is not as terrifying as we imagine. 3. Return to the present. Fear is usually tied to the future. The Stoics remind us, the future is not in our hands, but this moment is. To prevent your fears from draining your energy, focus on today, this very moment. 4. Take action. The greatest power of fear lies in your passivity, but even small steps of action weaken fear. For example, if you fear an exam, sit down and prepare. If you fear making mistakes at work, take small steps to improve your skills. Action reduces fear's poison. Remember, fear is not your enemy. It's simply a signal from your body and mind. If you learn to read it correctly, fear will not weaken you. It will strengthen you. Seneca teaches us, do not flee from your fears, but do not become their slave either. Observe them, learn from them, and do not allow them to control your life. True strength lies in mastering your mind. The second lesson is about time. For Seneca, the most valuable wealth in life was not gold, gems, land, or money. In his view, the greatest treasure is time. In this world, we can regain almost anything. If we lose money, we can earn it again. If possessions are destroyed, we can replace them. Even friendships can sometimes be rebuilt. But once time has passed, it never returns. Seneca said, "We can recover everything we have lost, except time." These words are not just a saying. They reflect one of life's harshest truths. Think for a moment. How many times have you postponed things? Thinking, "I'll do it later," maybe reading a book, learning a new skill, spending time with family, or simply enjoying life. And then days, months, years pass. Looking back, you realize that the later never came. Time is the most fairly distributed wealth. Each of us has 24 hours every day, no more, no less. The difference lies in how we use it. Some use it to grow, develop, and add value to their lives, while others waste it on meaningless things. The Stoic approach is clear. Do not spend your time on the trivial. Live each day so that you will not regret it tomorrow. What are these trivial things? Wasting time on social media, useless arguments and gossip, habits that contribute nothing to your life. Every time you indulge in these, pieces of your life slip through your fingers like water. The worst part is, we often realize it too late. Seneca said that a person's greatest mistake is spending time as if it will always be there, yet no one is guaranteed a tomorrow. Forgetting this truth leads us to live in empty dreams, and ultimately to lose our lives. The Stoics tell us, treat your time as if it were your most precious treasure. Do not give it away to everyone. Do not spend it according to others' wishes. Your time is your life. How you use it is, in essence, how you live your life. Imagine for a moment that every morning, a certain amount of money is deposited into your bank account, and you must spend it all during the day. If you don't use it by the evening, it disappears, and a new deposit comes the next morning. You cannot hold on to this money. You either spend it on something valuable or waste it. Time is exactly the same. Every morning we are given a fresh 24 hours. If we spend them on meaningless things, those hours will never return. Seneca said, "People often pay attention to how they spend their money, but they rarely consider how they spend their time. Yet money can be earned, time cannot. Therefore, if you spend your day on trivial matters, you are actually wasting your tomorrow. Work on yourself today, and tomorrow you will be stronger. Spend time with your loved ones today, and you will have no regrets tomorrow. Invest in yourself today, and you will reap the benefits in the future." The real question is, how do you spend your time? If at the end of the day you say, "I wasted today," a part of your life has been lost. But if you say, "I learned, I grew, I loved, I lived," then your life has truly been valuable. Remember, time is your greatest wealth. Do not give it away to others. Do not waste it on useless things. Live each day so that tomorrow you won't say, "I wish I had." Seneca's third lesson teaches us to make friends with difficulties. What does this mean? Everyone seeks comfort in life, comfortable work, a comfortable home, comfortable relationships. We seem to chase a life free of pain, problems, and stress. But Seneca warns us, running from challenges weakens us, facing them strengthens us. According to him, every difficulty is a tool to grow our spirit and shape our character. Just as in the gym we lift weights to build muscles, life gives us weights to strengthen our soul. If you never lift weights, how will your body grow strong? If you never stand in the cold, how will your body toughen? The same applies to life. The pains life gives us are exercises for our spirit. Yet many people retreat the moment they face difficulty, because running away is easier. But remember, every time you run, you weaken. Every time you face it, you grow. Seneca said that hardships are not your enemies. They are your masters. They test you to show how strong you really are. Think of your own life. What made you the person you are today? Often it was not the easy moments, but the hard ones. When you faced those challenges, you might have thought, "I cannot do this," but you did. And because you succeeded, you became stronger. The Stoic approach is this: see difficulties not as enemies, but as coaches. They are not there to stop you. They are there to teach you to grow. For example, if you face financial hardship, it teaches you thrift, diligence, and patience. If you face challenges in relationships, it develops your communication, empathy, and inner strength. If you face health problems, it reminds you how precious life is. The Stoics said that difficulties cannot be avoided. They knock on everyone's door, but you can choose. Either you fall before them, or you turn them into opportunities to grow. Seneca once wrote, "No one's life passes without difficulties, but some become slaves to them, while others become their students." So every time life gives you a tough lesson, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Rather than, why is this happening to me? Difficulties are not here to defeat you, they are here to show you your strength. They are not your enemies. They can be your greatest teachers. Remember, life is a school, and difficulties are your textbooks. Do not run from them. Read them, learn, grow. Treat every challenge as training. It exists not to break you, but to make you stronger. In his fourth lesson, the great philosopher Seneca advises us not to become slaves to our emotions. One of the greatest forces that weakens a person is not external enemies, but the emotions within. Seneca believed that anger, fear, and even excessive joy can take control of the mind and rob a person of their freedom. Interestingly, we often think others enslave us, but the greatest captor is our own emotions. Consider anger, for example. Have you ever said harsh words in a moment of rage, only to regret it later? Almost everyone has experienced this. We lose ourselves for a brief moment, but the consequences of that moment can linger for months or even years. The Stoic perspective is simple. Do not suppress your emotions, but manage them. If you suppress them, they grow inside and eventually explode. If you observe and learn to manage them, they will serve you. Seneca said that anger is a short madness. If you cannot control your anger, you lose your mind for a moment, and a person who loses their mind cannot make correct decisions. That is why he warned, a moment of patience is better than a lifetime of regret. How can you learn this? 1. Recognize the emotion. When you feel anger, fear, or excitement, the first step is to acknowledge, I am feeling anger right now. Do not suppress it. Simply observe it. 2. Pause. The Stoics had a famous technique. Do not react immediately when angry. Wait a few seconds, take a deep breath. This short pause often prevents major mistakes. 3. Change your perspective. Often it is not the event itself, but the meaning we assign to it that angers us. By looking at it from another angle, it may not seem as big as it first appeared. 4. Remind yourself. Say to yourself, my calmness is more valuable in this moment. When you are calm, your thoughts are clear and your decisions are better. For Seneca, freedom was not merely breaking external chains. True freedom is not becoming a prisoner of your emotions. If you can stand firm in the face of anger, fear, or excitement, you are truly strong. Remember that life's storms will shake you, people will provoke you, events will test you. But in those moments, true strength lies in staying calm. When everyone around you is shouting, panicking, or losing control, if you remain composed, you have already won. Seneca's fifth lesson is self-knowledge. A person cannot manage their life without knowing themselves. We often notice the weaknesses of others quickly, but we either hide or avoid confronting our own flaws. Yet the most important question in life is, who am I? And how can I improve myself? Knowing yourself is not merely looking in a mirror or observing your outward appearance. It is a deep inward exploration, observing your behavior, thoughts, and emotions. Seneca advised that at the end of each day, one should reflect and take stock. He said, before you go to bed, review your day. What did you do well? Where did you err? How can you be better tomorrow? Imagine if you did this every day, how would your life change? Many people make mistakes, but they fear examining them, and because of that fear, they repeat them. Mistakes cannot be avoided, but they can be learned from. Seneca believed that a person who honestly sees themselves will never repeat the same mistake multiple times. Many resist change because accepting one's weaknesses is painful. Seeing your flaws may bring shame or tempt you to hide them. But remember, you cannot be free while hiding from yourself. Facing yourself may seem difficult at first, but true freedom begins there. Seneca said, he who flees from himself will never be happy, because such a person is constantly at war within. Change does not happen instantly. It comes from daily small steps. Imagine working on just one weakness each day, for example, controlling your anger, managing your time wisely, or avoiding judgment of others. After a year, you will become a completely different person. Small steps over time lead to great transformation. Knowing yourself also means acceptance. You must neither deny nor despise your weaknesses. Instead, see them as opportunities for growth. The greatest enemy of a person is not the faults of others, but the weaknesses they refuse to see in themselves. The more you run from them, the stronger they grow. When you shine a light on them, they fade. For Seneca, the main purpose of life is to become a better person. Today, be a little better than yesterday. Tomorrow, a little wiser than today. This is not a competition with others, but with yourself. The Stoic approach is to observe yourself honestly, accept your weaknesses, and transform them into strength. Change is not a sudden revolution. It is the sum of small daily steps. Guiding yourself a little closer to better every day is true power. Finally, the sixth lesson is to accept death. Death is the greatest and most inevitable truth in life. Yet often we try to avoid or ignore it. We focus on minor worries and problems each day, but fear contemplating death. This fear has a deep impact. It enslaves us, limits our decisions, and even prevents us from fully appreciating life. Seneca said that one who fears death can never be truly free. You are bound in chains throughout your life because the fear of an inevitable end controls you. Until a person accepts the certainty of death, they cannot fully live. But if you accept death as a natural process, every moment of life becomes more valuable. Death is not the end of life, but a stage, a truth given by nature. Imagine realizing this. I do not know how much time I have, but I know that at any moment I might die. This thought does not scare you. It compels you to live boldly in every moment. Accepting death brings deep freedom. You no longer become a prisoner of trivial worries, others' opinions, or petty jealousies. You understand that every moment is precious. Every day, every breath, every experience is irreplaceable. Seneca said that people make two great mistakes in life: clinging to the past and fearing the future. Accepting death shows you that the past is gone, and the future does not yet belong to you. You live only in the present, and living this moment fully, that is the true meaning of life. The greatest benefit of accepting death is acting without fear. Knowing that your time is limited, you no longer waste it on meaningless things. You become braver, appreciating your loved ones more, not postponing your desires, and daring to take risks and embrace new experiences. The Stoic approach is clear and simple. Do not see death as an enemy. Accept it as a part of life. This will free you, bring inner peace, and make every moment more valuable. Thinking about death may seem heavy, but in reality, it increases life's worth. Some people say, thinking about death brings depression and fear, but Seneca shows that true fear comes from denying and running from death. The one who accepts death lives calmly, resolutely, and with a deep love of life. Every day is a gift, every breath an opportunity. Imagine you have long lived in fear of the future, sacrificing life to minor worries. But if you stop that fear and reconcile with death, the same situation looks completely different. Fear disappears, replaced by courage, values, and freedom of choice. Remember, for the Stoics, death is a natural process. We all walk the same path in the end. Contemplating it is not to frighten you, but to prepare you to live fully. Live each moment without wasting it. Learn from mistakes, cherish your loved ones, and take steps toward your goals. The Stoic perspective is this: do not see death as an enemy, but as a natural part of life. This mindset frees you from fear and allows you to live life more fully and courageously. Live every moment intentionally, because it is not the length of life, but the quality that matters. Thus, Seneca's 6 lessons teach us that mental resilience is not only a shield against the external world, but also against the storms within. Master your fear, protect your time, embrace challenges, control your emotions with patience. Know yourself, live simply, and accept death. This is how you achieve true freedom and strength. Thank you all for spending your valuable time on this video. If these lessons inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Also, turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any new videos. See you in the next video.